Hello friends, Mali Pontadith here, CEO of the SOAR Community Network and co-founder of SOAR Community Nebula. We are bringing to you 1,000 champions of change and community builders, and I'm delighted today to bring to you Dr. Melvin Murphy. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really appreciate that you're taking time out of your busy schedule to share your insights today, and we're really going to spend some time talking about community champions, community builders, change agents, change makers, and you're all of the above. So I would love to share your insights and also some background information about who inspires you, who helps to be your community builder, who's mentored you. So let's start off by asking you to reintroduce yourself to our community and share a little bit about the work that you're doing in the world.
Oh man, hi everybody. My name is Dr. Melvin Murphy, and thank you so much for joining in on this podcast. Just a little bit about myself. I am an associate professor of marketing and business at Northern Virginia Community College. I also have a consulting practice that deals with marketing and communications as well. I've been doing that for about 9 years. And I've been a professional speaker and seminar leader for about 20 years. And I'm excited to be here.
Great. Can you share with us when in your life you have experienced kindness, empathy, support from mentors and those that have guided you to become the person that you are today?
Wow, that's a loaded question. I think I experience kindness every day. I believe in what I put out, I receive back, and I try my best to be kind, and I try my best to help people. I've had mentors. I think my biggest mentors were, as cliche as it might sound, my mother and my father. They have given me my entrepreneurial spirit. They each had their own businesses, and so that's where I received my entrepreneurial spirit. As I grew in my career, I can't really say that I had mentors. I've had some I thought were mentors that weren't, and the ones that I wanted to be mentors never did. And so sometimes I find myself just learning things myself and experiencing things myself and picking up little tidbits and pieces as you go along. So for those of you who are listening, if you don't have a mentor, all is not lost. You just have to take the bulls by the horn. You have to go learn it for yourself. Make the mistakes, make the costly mistakes, and move on and use it when time comes.
It seems to me that it makes a lot of sense why you are now in this position and the role that you play, how important it is for you to mentor others, especially our young people. So I feel that just with that answer that you shared, it makes sense why you are so committed to that.
I think mentoring is very important. I think it's extremely important. I always wanted a business mentor, and I wanted a good one. I won't go into all the details why I didn't get any, because everybody doesn't walk their talk, even though they could probably sell you a bill of goods, are not mentors. I'm a mentor. One of the things that I'm doing right now at the Tower Club of Tyson's is I started a program called the Jumpstart Program. The Jumpstart Program is where we take students who are sophomore and seniors in college and getting ready to graduate, and we give them a membership in this business club where all these presidents and CEOs and people have their own businesses, and we train them and we give them workshops on I think there's a workshop coming up on business etiquette with a lady who's phenomenal, going to teach proper dining etiquette and some other things. I never had that. I would love to have had something like that. We paired them with mentors. If they want to be an accountant, we're going to look within the club and the members, and we're going to pair them with accountants. They'll be able to get their internships. And the program has only been around for maybe 3-4 months, and it's amazing. We have 12 students, and we're going to cap it at 30, and then we're just going to mentor them until they graduate.
Oh, fantastic.
It's exciting. I wish I had it when I was coming up.
Well, I'm sure they'll be forever grateful for this opportunity. So now, Dr. Murphy, when you think of champions of change and community builders, what are some of the attributes that come to mind that you've witnessed consistently show up over time in these types of folks?
Just do it. They get it done. They're not procrastinators. They come up with a strategy, they come up with a plan, and they execute. You could be one of those people getting ready to get ready to get ready. All you're going to be is getting ready versus executing. Whether they succeed or not, they executed it, and they guaranteed to learn something from it. I've noticed that they are strong-minded, they're driven, they have a goal, and they go after it. They don't take no for an answer, and they learn from everything that they go through, and they apply it maybe to the next project. Those are some of the things that I have seen.
It's fantastic. Now let's talk about the causes that you care about. You had just touched upon what's currently happening with mentoring, the program at the Tower Club. Are there other initiatives, causes, movements that you really are putting forth your gifts, your talents, all of those things to help advance?
Always. I've always been a person to give. I also developed this same type of program for my church, for the young students who are going off to college. And also at the college where I teach, there's a program called the CCI program, which is a community college initiative where they bring students from around the world. They bring about 200 students into the United States, and they separate them into different states. And we got 30 here in the Washington, D.C. area. They get to go to school free. The State Department pays a stipend. They have their own townhouse, and they're here for a year, just like an exchange program. And my part was to be a social host. A social host is to show my particular student how we live in America, because they're coming from depressed countries and third world countries, and to show them how we live in America. Of course, you have to pay for everything you do with that student, although they do have money, they don't have a lot. And so I think they can't really see how we live in America spending time with them once a month. So I get involved, and they come to my house. We cook, we shop, we go to concerts, we go to, if they're old enough, we'll go to wineries. We do everything to teach them how we live. I'll give you one story from one person. They asked, what was the most unique food that you've eaten since being here in America? And everybody was saying Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and just the basics. And my student basically said, oh, oysters on a half shell. And so everybody wanted to know what was oysters on a half shell. So those kinds of things.
It's fun. Wow. Thank you for doing that. Well, life is not always happy-go-lucky. We've all faced challenges. We've all gone through ups and downs and dips. When you've gone through those experiences, is there a quote, motto, scripture? What do you go to? Is there something that you can help share with our audience? Any words of wisdom that can guide them as well?
I can give you a really good one for when I was getting my doctorate degree. It was a very, very, very tough journey. I am a Christian, so I do believe in God, and that is my support. But I have two quotes that I constantly look at. One says, we pay a price for everything that we get or take in this world. Although ambitions are worth having, they are not to be cheaply won. And that's Lucy Maud Montgomery. And my second one is, when you learn, teach. When you get, give. Dr. Maya Angelou.
Beautiful. Well, you're living that. You're living all those teachings. When you imagine a better world, what does it look like through your eyes?
Peaceful, loving, growth. I think watching people smile and laugh and not have to worry about going to a mall and having it shot up, not going to a church where you're trying to build a relationship with the person that you believe in and shoot up the church. I just think it should be peaceful and serenity and kumbaya and and that kind of thing. I know that's a tall order given what we are facing today, but I believe it can happen. I just can't wait to see it.
What can our community do right now to support you, and how can we learn more about your work, who you are? How can our community members connect with you?
Well, what I'm looking for is, as I said earlier before, I was getting my doctorate degree. So when you talk about all of the questions that you've asked me, I've been through all of those in that period of time. I lost my mother. I lost my father. I lost my oldest brother, my nephew. I got laid off. Life was hitting me every angle while I was getting my doctorate degree, which I just received in 2017. And I closed my business down, and now I'm rebuilding. That's why I got to meet you. I'm rebuilding my business, the speaking business and my seminar business. And so people can just call me. The websites that I had a website, and I closed it down because I was getting a new website, and the guy who was doing my website ghosted me. Okay, so right in the middle of all of that, so these are the things that happen in life, and you just have to take them and roll with them. And so in the process of putting up a new website right now, and they can call me if they like at 703-216-3888. Again, that's 703-216-3888. And I can send them information until the website gets up.
That's fantastic. Well, and they can also find you on LinkedIn, I believe, so they can do that as well.
Absolutely. You can definitely find me on LinkedIn. That I am using that. I'm more of a people person. Just pick up the phone and call me. That's me. But if you want to use LinkedIn for the time being, go for it.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Murphy. We really appreciate your contributions to our community, all the great work that you're doing. I mean, you are taking time out of your full-time profession to really advance our youth, our business community, etc., and to inspire people to really go after their dreams. So I appreciate you for all of those things.
Thank you so very much. To be considered one who can make a significant difference is indeed flattering, and I'm just doing what I'm put here to do. Thank you for inviting me on your podcast, and if there's anything I can do to help you guys, don't hesitate to call me.
We'll call you. We'll be calling you. Thank you again. Thank you so much. For those that are watching, please remember to nominate yourself or someone in your community who's making a huge difference and creating positive ripple effects for society and for their world. Please visit us at nebula.soarcommunitynetwork.com. Thank you, everyone, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. Thank you, Dr. Murphy.
Bye-bye.